2-0 on the Thanksgiving slate picks. We've got 3 for Sunday this week, and a few of these were featured on the Tuesday show.
Yep. So we'll just pull them up all right now and go through them. Be pretty quick on these first two. As you mentioned, Greg, we did talk about them, and the value has held up, and nothing has really changed in our predictions. So we'll just run through them real quick and lock them in as plays of the week. But Titans plus 4.5 at the Browns, still strong with almost a 68% probability, 14.3% edge. That's a massive value spot. As mentioned, has held strong since Tuesday. Early predictions. Line differs a bit across books, plus 4.5 here, but it's plus 3.5 at plus 100 on FanDuel. So you could consider getting the better price if you want it. Our projected final score 19-16, plus this huge 67% probability. I can say with certainty we would have at least 50% on plus 3.5, which would be fair odds. So probably a value play there as well. Frankly, I think that is the play. But if you don't mind the slight bit of juice, minus 115, you could just play the 4.5, which the model supports. 33.5 point total, one of the lowest, if not the lowest all season. Going to be a grind for these offenses. We got 54% to the over. Not a market I'm going to touch, but that is what the model says. We talked about it. Titans are bad, but they're a little competitive lately. And the Browns are also bad and not very competitive lately. So it just kind of seems to be lining up here. Titans have stayed within a touchdown of some two pretty good defenses lately, Houston and Seattle. Browns offense has been really unreliable. I know they're trying to get Shedeur Sanders started, but you mentioned on Tuesday's show, Greg, they ran it something like 8 times in a row, got an open play for a score, and then did not score again in the entire game. Just not really pulling out the big plays that you kind of need to capitalize as a bad team against a team like the Titans that can get a little feisty here, which is not something I'm going to say about a lot of one-win teams, but in this particular scenario, I will. Judkins, only TD score near 50%, just under at 49.5. His rushing projection is creeping up a bit. He's now up to 76 yards, high 50s on Tuesday. Under his line of 80.5, though. A little value there if you want to fade him. And Tennessee's run defense is improving, holding the Jags to 70, Texans to 75 team rushing yards. Top 5 unit since week 9 here, Tennessee, which was originally one of the easiest to gash all year long. So yeah, dirty games like this, not usually on the radar, but model value is very strong in this one.
Yep. I'm holding strong in my Titans and Bears belief. So take us through the Bears points again, please.
Bears, yep. Also a great one that has held up, and we love to see it. Going from like the worst game of the slate to one of the best games on the slate. Both teams coming off big upsets, but as mentioned, I think the Bears win feels more impressive, and adding this one to it would put them on cloud 9, riding a 5-game win streak. Packers on a 3-game run. This is for first place in the division here. If you want some value on the Bears, this is probably the last time you can get it. They're likely to move to minus odds if they win this game for the AFC North. And given how tight it will be, probably won't drop to anything, I think, outside like plus 150 until maybe the final week if they're on the outside looking in or something. But yeah, probably their last chance to do that. We know Chicago dominated Philly on Black Friday, only allowing 56 rushing yards, limited passing game outside of A.J. Brown in garbage time, and absolutely ran wild with their backfield. I don't think we're going to see a blueprint of that again. Green Bay's run defense is a good bit stronger than Philly's, and their passing defense as well. And overall, just playing like a tighter team. They haven't been blowing teams out or looking like world beaters, but just much tighter than the Eagles, who look in disarray. Running back projections, yeah, like I said, 125 and a touchdown each for the guys last week. Not going to see that this week against Green Bay. Swift is at 51 yards projected, 35% TD probability. Monangai at 46% rushing, just under a 35% TD probability. Will say that I love Monangai here. He's the red zone leader of the two, getting more looks and converting almost all of them. He's at plus 200 odds, which is a touch of value at 35%. It would be about 33.3, I believe, for fair or implied probability there. And this is kind of a aside, but I hit 4 out of 5 on a like long shot plus 200 TD round robin last week. I'm probably going to do another one featuring Manungai and, as mentioned earlier, Kamani Vidal at those odds. Try to dig up a couple other guys, but they're both on my radar this week for a touchdown. Packers side, Christian Watson's trending up. He's now up to 59 projected receiving yards and a 33% TD probability. That's the highest in this game besides Josh Jacobs. So love me some Christian Watson down the stretch here. But yeah, I mean, not a ton else to say. We just love this number for the Bears, who have looked really good. Feels too high for a team on this type of run. And the model gives them even a little underdog value. So when you see the model aligned in two markets, it's usually a pretty good sign.
You know, in some ways, the progression of this program, the Dimer Sports Betting Podcast this year, has felt like a 3-month-long electric chair for me. Because how many ways do I need to tell the world I love the Bears? Okay, we get it. The Bears are good. They're fun. The model shows value every single week. I love this team. I think they're going to win this game. More on that to conclude the show. Spoiler alert. But we do have one new game that's entering our official best bets for Week 14, and it is the Bengals against the fraudulent Buffalo Bills, as we have frequently referred to them as. Dave, do you like this spot here from the model?
I do. Not the best number. Probably taking the, I mean, it's plus 100 though, so 6.5 probably won't cost you much. But 54% probability, 4.2% edge. They are just one of three teams with an edge on both the spread and money line. That would be the Dolphins and the Bears as the other two. Yeah, like I said, I would prefer 6.5, but you could probably buy that since this is plus 100 at 5.5. Bengals pulled off a huge statement win in Joe Burrow's first game back. They won just one of their previous 9 games, despite hanging in there plenty with Joe Flacco. But Burrow completely opened up the Bengals offense, just in a comfort level, if anything, but more so seemed to inspire the defense, which is about one of the worst in the NFL. And they brought out the clamps and shut down Baltimore. Now they're going to Buffalo for a big game against the Bills, who should be playing very hard, so as not to slip out of contention here. Looks like another shootout probably on the docket, unless the cold gets in the way, but I don't think the weather is projecting for anything other than your normal Buffalo in December cold. But two very poor rushing defenses here. Pretty equally poor. Bengals passing defense, save for last week. Bills do sport the best passing defense in the league. However, if the Bengals are at full strength with Chase, Higgins, Burrow, and I mean, even Chase Brown all playing in the same game for the first time since week 2, the ceiling on this offense is the roof. You know, it's huge. It's crazy. And I think we could see absolute fireworks in this one. Chase Brown, total workhorse, 15 plus carries in 3 straight. First time since week 2. He's had that many in a game, averaging over 5.2 yards per carry in each of those games. Should be a lot of chances to move the ball on the ground here. Couple prop angles for me. One of these is actually going to pop up as my play of the week. Well, something tangential to it, but project James Cook for the century mark in this. That would be his 8th such game this season. I quietly has 800 or 700-yard games this season. It's pretty nuts. Just put up insane rushing numbers against the Steelers. I think it was something like the worst rushing performance the Steelers have given up since O.J. Simpson. It was absolutely not. I'm serious. I'm not just like joking. Like I did not verify that. I heard it on another program, but it was crazy. Yeah. So James Cook is rolling, very much likely to do so again in this one. But still, I think the Bengals are going to hang here. Full strength. This is kind of a classic matchup. It's not like the Bills Chiefs legacy matchups we keep seeing, but you know, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Bills Bengals is definitely up there with some of the Titan versus Titan matchups I think that you can see these days. Yeah, love it. Wish it was 6.5, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I really like this spot.
Yeah, it's not the sexiest number, but I totally see the play here. I mean, Bills have been a favorite fade of mine all season long. One of those very public teams that almost always has inflated value inherently tied into them. And the Bengals have been the opposite, one of the least sexy teams, the least public teams that constantly hangs around and makes things tougher and tougher the more healthy they get. the more I want to buy into the Bengals, making things interesting. So, all right, there you have it. Titans, Bears, and Bengals taking 3 underdogs plus the points. We will mention there's plenty more spots on the site that you should check out. We don't want to go too overboard with our best bets, but there's quite a few that are showing value this week. So Dimers -2.5 against the Jets has value. Commanders +2.5 against the Vikings both got an edge. And if you want to see all of these, make sure you get Dimers Pro. Promo code podcast gets you 50% off Dimers Pro. You can sort through all of these yourself and figure out exactly what your finalized best bets card should be. You've also got a touchdown prop for us that shows value this week. It's Chris Rodriguez against the Vikings. What do you see here?
Yep. We haven't done one of these in a few weeks on here, but we've got an edge on him all the way through the ladder. I mean, plus 8,000 for 3+ here. So like be very, very, very light pizza money light if you're playing this, but just wanted to show the range of value that we have on him in this game. This guy was my top waiver wire out of the week, and those guys keep scoring. So I love him for one, plus 150 and over 53%. So huge edge just for one touchdown. He is the RB1 right now in this offense. Scored all 4 of his touchdowns since week 7, 3 of those in his past 4 games. Like I said, he's the clear lead back, double-digit carries in 3 of his past 4, leading the team in red zone opportunities. Guess who has one of the worst red zone defenses to running backs over the past 4 weeks? Minnesota. They've allowed 5 rushing scores on their 4-game losing streak. This team does not know how to move the ball lately. A little bit more on that in a bit. And probably put Chris Rodriguez, not quite as long of odds, but at plus 150, I'll probably throw him into that touchdown round robin I was talking that I'll do as my personal play. So some really good value here, and it's pretty consistent across the books. So
yeah, very rare you see, a plus 150 priced prop with over 50% probability. That's an enormous edge. So, all right, I've heard enough. Chris Rodriguez is all over my card this week.